Welcome back to the trail with Mushy the Cowboy Cook. Today's recipe, it's got a long title, so here it goes. A 4-meat double barrel shotgun shells in the creek. Long title, just a couple of steps to it, so let's get into it. Alright, I'm back here down by my creek on the back of the ranch, and I've got to get these shotgun shells in the creek. So do I use my double barrel shotgun and put it in there? Well, let's first stuff the shells, and then let's see what it takes to put these stuffed shells into the creek. Ignore the dog in the background. Alright, for these shotgun shells, I've got a pound of hamburger, a pound of chorizo, and a pound of Italian sausage. Mix that up. I'm going to put 4 or 5 ounces of, it's a premium cheese mix. In here there's mozzarella, provolone, parmesan, and romano. And then I've got some Kent Rollins mesquite seasoning. Oh, maybe half a tablespoon or so. And just give that a good mix. In fact, you can already smell the chorizo. Now, if you're using some chorizo, remember that will give you a whole lot of flavor. As I fill up these shells, I may end up putting a little more cheese in what's remaining of it. If it looks like it needs some more. But all you're going to do these are dry shells. They're haven't been cooked. And you just want to stuff them. Use your pinky to push that meat down in there. This is something you can do if you're having like during the summer, if you're doing movie night out back or something. I know a lot of people put up a sheet along the back of the house and have them a little campfire and do a movie night. Then you go in from the other side. And push it in from that side. Trying to get rid of the air pockets. Actually, it's easier pushing from one. Thought that one air bubble might come out, but it didn't, so just push in from one side. There we go. Be a good recipe with the Super Bowl coming up. You can do them ahead of time. Have them all made up. One thing you want to do with these 3 meats is mix it up real good by hand for a couple minutes to try and get all 3 meats incorporated together and have an even distribution of the meats throughout the mixture. Alright, so here's 2 shells. Now what you're going to do is take a piece of bacon and wrap it around the shell. And the moisture from the meat, both inside and out, will soften up that shell. But just take your time. Fill up the shells, wrap them. And then what I'm going to do after I get these filled up, put them in a Ziploc bag, and I'll show you how we're going to put it in the creek. Alright, I've got my shell stuffed with the 3 meat and cheese wrapped in bacon. I put them in a Ziploc bag and then put that Ziploc bag into another one. So here's what we're going to do. The creek is basically my refrigerator for the day. So all I'm going to do is put it in the water and cover it up. Now you want to leave it in your refrigerator, quote unquote, for 3 to 5 hours, because you want time for the shells to moisten up, and it'll get the moisture from the meats. So once it comes back, we're going to put it into the Dutch oven, bake it for about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, 350 degrees. If you're cooking it in your oven, you can always cook it on your grill. You can cook it on your smoker. And then once it's cooked, I'm going to put a little barbecue sauce I've mixed up on it, and we'll give it a try. So a long title, and this is part of my unusual cooking that I've talked to you about before, where you do something like putting something in the creek, cooking soup in a coffee pot, things like that. It gets people's attention, cooking in a trash can. And this is just something else where we're cooking unusually today. Alright, these shotgun shells are ready. And do they look good? And they're smelling good too. I cooked them for right at an hour. And again, if you can cook them in your oven. You can cook them on a smoker. You can cook them in your grill. If you do a grill, I wouldn't grill it on the grill itself. I'd put it in the upper warming rack and cook it that way. Between the meats and the bacon, you'll have a lot of fat dripping, and that will keep it flaring up. So if you're wanting to kind of slow cook it smoke it a little more than normal. On even a gas grill, you'll get some smoke. I'd put it on the warming rack. I used this so that it wouldn't be cooking in the grease, since it was going to be in the Dutch oven. And that way it wouldn't be, like I said, in all that cooking and all that fat. So that's what I'd recommend doing, especially if you're cooking in your oven indoors. So I cooked it for about an hour at 350, pulled it out, put barbecue sauce. I made up some more barbecue sauce, just like my quick rib video that I did. And I will put a link here and down, and at the end of the video I'll put links to that video so you can check the recipe for that particular barbecue sauce. Otherwise, make up your own or put just a bottle of barbecue sauce on it. So I'm just cut one. Oh, it looks good. I'm excited about it. Finger looking good. That barbecue sauce really throws in a little more smoke flavor. So for sure, if you cook it in your oven, I'd lean towards a kind of a smoky barbecue sauce if that's what you're wanting. Kind of a smoke flavor, considering in the oven you don't get it. But so I kind of took it as like cooking it inside by cooking it in my Dutch oven, trying to, because it really won't get smoke flavor in it. But I was able to add some by putting the barbecue sauce on it. Whereas actually on a grill or smoker, you're going to get that smoke flavor anyhow. So whichever way you cook it, definitely do this with the Super Bowl coming up and just tailgating, parties, stuff like that, having friends over in the back. It's a must do, especially since you can, well, you got to prepare them ahead of time, but make them ahead of time so that the noodle will moisten up, and then you can cook it while you're having your party or whatever. But definitely worth it. And if you're close to a creek, put it in your creek and use it as a refrigerator. Well, here at the ranch, you never know how the weather's going to be. Earlier it was sunny. Now the clouds started coming out. It's just a light sprinkle. But here on the ranch, and as a cowboy, that doesn't bother us. With the camera though, I do have a shelter so I can film. Otherwise, it wouldn't bother me cooking in the rain. But it's nice to be under roof. Remember my Amazon link down in the description. To be honest with you, Amazon kicked me out as being an associate because I didn't make any sales. You have 180 days to make some sales, and I didn't get there. So, but I was able to sign right back up, and I'm starting the process again. So if you're doing any shopping, please go through my channel, do the link, and buy whatever you want. It helps me out financially, and it doesn't cost you anything extra. So this 4-meat double barrel shotguns in the creek was great. In fact, I'm looking forward to eating on some more of them, probably have them for dinner. Biggest thing is you can make them in advance. For one, they have to sit in the refrigerator 3 to 5 hours. So if you're going to have, like I said, if you're going to have a party or a Super Bowl party or cooking outdoors, grilling with some friends, or going to take them to a party, that's a good little finger food. Cook it for about an hour, then barbecue sauce on it for another 15 minutes or so, and you got you one heck of a finger meal. If you like videos like this, please share it, like it, subscribe if you haven't already. And before I ring that bell, I have some fantastic news. Saturday, March 4th, Mushy the Cowboy Cook will be cooking at the Lodge Outlet Store in Concord, North Carolina. Lodge has, I think, as far as I remember, just 2 outlet stores, one near their plant and then one in Concord. I really like going there anyhow. They have some cool deals in the back. You go back there and they've got seconds on certain pieces, so you can pick up some nice cast iron at a little cheaper price, but it all works fine. So come out and see me. Probably be around noonish or so for a couple hours. Just got the information that, and we set the date, and as I find out exactly what time it'll actually be going on, I'll let you know. I know I'll be getting there early to get things set up and to get cooking so that things are ready for whenever it officially starts. But come out, that's Concord, North Carolina, at the Lodge Outlet Store, March 4th, which is a Saturday. And of course, ring the bell, and Mushy the Cowboy Cook will see you down the trail.